This is Ollantaytambo, and it's the last Inca town which is still more or less intact. Today we're going up to the quarry site where megalithic stones were extracted.
There are no tools that are discovered that have these, highly advanced capabilities.
Well, the tools were either recycled by different cultures over the course of time, or they're being hidden in warehouses in different countries that the government doesn't want the public to know about.
Nestled in the high, rugged terrain of the Sacred Valley, the Temple of the Sun at Ollantaytambo is a testament to ancient engineering.
Well, all the geologists I know who've looked at it say that it's natural stone.
The temple's most striking feature is the Wall of the Six monoliths, built from enormous stones, each weighing tens of tons. The mystery of how these colossal stones were transported to such an elevated site without modern technology continues to puzzle scientists, historians, and archaeologists.
And some of the stones that were extracted weigh 65 tons.
Various theories have been proposed, from the use of log rollers and ramps to the incredible strength of human and animal labor. But the precise methods remain a subject of speculation and wonder. The discovery of the Temple of the Sun in Ollantaytambo and subsequent findings in the area are deeply intertwined with the broader exploration and rediscovery of Incan sites throughout the Sacred Valley. The detailed story of its discovery reflects a blend of local knowledge and international scholarly interest, which brought this remarkable site back into the world's consciousness.
It's obvious that the Inca found an abandoned megalithic city and made it their center because of that.
The process of mapping and documenting the Inca sites along the Urubamba Valley began earnestly in the 19th century, but gained significant momentum with the explorative fervor that marked the early 20th century. Notable figures such as Hiram Bingham, who famously publicized Machu Picchu in 1911, were instrumental in bringing global attention to the Inca sites. Although Bingham did not discover Ollantaytambo, his work set the stage for its further exploration. The first detailed descriptions of Ollantaytambo emerged from explorers like Sir Clements Markham in the late 19th century, who documented the Inca trails and their connecting sites. These accounts highlighted the site's grandeur and intricate stonework, noting its potential significance, but often lacking the archaeological precision seen in later years. By the 1920s and 1930s, more detailed expeditions were undertaken, often by Peruvian and international teams, who began to catalogue the ruins in earnest. These teams used early photographic techniques to create comprehensive records that would later prove crucial for restoration and further study. The mid-20th century saw a surge in archaeological interest that brought more scientific methods to the study of Ollantaytambo. Starting in the 1950s, archaeological teams began to apply more rigorous scientific techniques to their excavations. Notable among these was the work led by American archaeologist John Rowe in the 1960s, which focused on understanding the site's cultural and historical context. His work helped to place Ollantaytambo within the broader narrative of the Inca Empire's expansion and religious significance. The use of early photographic equipment and later, more sophisticated imaging techniques allowed researchers to analyze the alignment of the temple stones. This was crucial in establishing its purpose related to astronomical events, particularly the solstices, which were significant in Inca cosmology.
A lot of these ancient megalithic sites, they seem to be astronomically aligned.
The role of local knowledge in the rediscovery and understanding of the Temple of the Sun cannot be overstated. The temple's significance in local folklore helped guide and enrich the archaeological narrative. The local Quechua communities retained oral histories that spoke of the temple's celestial alignments and its role in Inca rituals. These stories, passed down through generations, often provided the missing links in understanding the site's function, such as the significance of specific stone placements and their relationship to Inca astrology. Local stories frequently guided archaeologists to specific parts of the site that had been overlooked or misunderstood. For example, the local legend of the Path of the Sun helped researchers identify and understand the importance of certain architectural lines that align with the sun during the winter solstice. The water mirrors found near the Temple of the Sun at Ollantaytambo provide a fascinating glimpse into the sophisticated engineering and astronomical knowledge of the Inca civilization. These architectural features, essentially functioning as reflective pools, offer insight into how the Incas manipulated natural elements to serve both practical and ceremonial purposes. The primary function of these water mirrors was to observe and track celestial bodies. By observing the reflections of the sun, moon, and stars, Inca astronomers could determine critical calendrical and agricultural periods. This was essential not only for the timing of planting and harvesting crops, but also for determining the dates of various religious festivals and ceremonies, which were profoundly influenced by astronomical events.
Taking into account the solstices and equinoxes for ceremonial purposes.
An intriguing comparison can be drawn between the Incan water mirrors and the use of water in Roman architecture, such as in the famous impluvium in Roman atrium houses. Like the Incan mirrors, these Roman basins were central architectural features designed to collect rainwater, but they also played a role in the aesthetic and practical aspects of Roman domestic life, providing a source of water and a focal point for the household. While the Romans used these features primarily for practical domestic purposes, the Incas elevated their water mirrors to the level of astronomical precision and ceremonial significance, integrating them into their spiritual and scientific understanding of the universe. This comparison not only highlights the universal human attraction to and use of reflective surfaces, but also emphasizes the unique ways in which such features were adapted to meet specific cultural needs and beliefs. The Wall of the Six Monoliths at the Temple of the Sun in Ollantaytambo stands as a profound testament to Inca engineering and architectural prowess. This iconic structure features 6 massive stones, each masterfully carved and placed with precision that remains a topic of admiration and mystery among historians and engineers alike. The crafting of the Wall of the Six Monoliths involved sophisticated stoneworking techniques that the Incas had perfected over generations. The stones were quarried from sites several kilometers away, involving a complex process of extraction, transportation, and placement. The precise technique used to transport these massive stones remains partially speculative, with theories suggesting the use of log rollers, llamas, and sheer human force. Once at the site, the stones were meticulously shaped to fit together perfectly. This was achieved through a method known as ashlar masonry, where stones are cut to fit together without mortar. The joints between the stones are so fine that it is often said not even a piece of paper can slide between them. This precision not only added to the aesthetic and structural integrity of the wall, but also enhanced its seismic resilience, allowing it to withstand the frequent earthquakes that can occur in the region. The construction of such a wall required a deep understanding of geological and architectural principles. The Inca builders selected specific types of stone based on their durability and resistance to weathering. The alignment and interlocking of the stones further contributed to the wall's stability, distributing seismic forces throughout the structure rather than allowing them to concentrate at any single point. The Temple of the Sun's status as an unfinished structure adds a layer of historical intrigue. The abrupt halt in its construction provides a snapshot into a tumultuous period marked by the Spanish conquest. Archaeological findings at the site reveal a sudden stop in construction activities. Tools and materials were found abandoned, as if the workers had dropped them mid-task. Large stone blocks, partially carved, remained scattered around the site, suggesting that significant planning and labor were underway at the time of the disruption. This unfinished state offers a unique insight into the Inca construction methods, as it lays bare the various stages of their building process, from initial stone shaping to final placement. The presence of these artifacts helps archaeologists understand the chronological order of construction phases and the techniques used by the Incas. To grasp the scale and weight of the stones in the wall of the 6 monoliths, consider that each stone could weigh as much as 50 tons. This is comparable to the weight of 10 large African elephants, or about 35 compact cars. The effort to move, carve, and perfectly place each of these stones is akin to modern engineering feats, such as the assembly of massive turbines used in hydroelectric dams, or the construction of heavy concrete structures in earthquake-prone areas.